Hi friends, I am Sai and welcome back to the channel Sai Tech. In today's video, I'll try to compare the touch sampling rate comparison between all of these three smartphones which I got right now. So first is the Poco M3 Pro, and second is the Poco X3 device, as you can see, Poco X3, and third is the Oneplus Nord 2. So the Oneplus Nord 2 has got 180Hz touch sampling rate. So for the price, you're paying for about 30,000 rupees. And one quick note, some users they don't care, some users they really care about this kind of small things as well. That is the reason I thought of mentioning in this video, which I'll try to explain what is going on in the Oneplus Nord 2. The Oneplus Nord 2 has got 180Hz touch sampling rate, but still you will get only 120Hz by default. So even if you ask the OnePlus support, if you message them in a Twitter or if you email them, they'll definitely mention this thing only. Touch sampling rate of OnePlus Nord 2 is maximum 180Hz, but by default 120Hz it's enabled. So in the OnePlus Nord CE, which is launched before, that phone has got 180Hz. By default it is 180Hz only. But in this phone, there's a lot of cost cutting for the display. The first thing is a refresh rate. For this 30,000 rupees, 90Hz refresh rate is a one thing. Okay, we already compromised for the refresh rate, no problem. But again, the touch sampling rate is also we need to compromise. So 180Hz is only the minimum basic thing we are getting in this Poco M3 Pro, which is 13,000 rupees, friends. So this phone has got the highest touch sampling rate right now by default than the OnePlus Nord 2. I do know it doesn't matter for a lot of other users, but still I'm trying to compare like price. There's a huge price difference. You're paying 30,000 rupees and you should not compromise for these small things. And whereas the Poco X3? Poco X3 has got 240Hz touch sampling rate, and by default its UI is enabled for the 240Hz. You can see here, right now we are getting 360Hz. Let me try to focus properly. As you can see, friends, 360 minus 120Hz refresh rate. So we'll get the 240Hz touch sampling rate in the Poco X3. Same thing applies for the Poco M3 Pro. In the Poco M3 Pro, you are getting the value about close to 269, 270. As you can see, let me try to focus properly. As you can see, friends, 260 and 270. In the Poco M3 Pro, 13,000 rupees. And 270 minus 120Hz refresh rate, 180Hz touch sampling rate. This phone has got 180Hz. 180Hz, 240Hz, and OnePlus Nord 2, by default, it is enabled with 120Hz. So it doesn't matter what high performance level you use, what type of gaming modes you use, even if you increase the touch sensitivity, nothing works. I'm trying to increase the touch sensitivity and decrease everything. I did try plenty of other changes. So right now I'm getting only 210. So 210 minus 90Hz refresh rate, 120Hz touch sampling rate. Unfortunately, this is the thing we should be with the OnePlus Nord 2 device. In case if you're planning to use, these are the things you should definitely consider. So I'm not sure about other aspects of this phone, but display is really very much compromised in this device. Yes, for 30,000 rupees, we are seeing a lot of advanced technologies and a lot of things are happening in the other phone. Display quality is okay, no problem. I don't have any problem. But display refresh rate and touch sampling rate. So this is something to do with for the gamers. So obviously, for the gamers, they can compromise for the refresh rate, but they cannot compromise for this kind of touch sampling rate. That's the one thing. So if there is no other phone in this kind of price segment having this kind of features, then absolutely fine, no problem. But the Poco F3 GT, which launched recently, 480Hz touch sampling rate. So leave this phone, no problem, leave that phone. And what of this Mi11X device? Mi11X, which has got 360Hz touch sampling rate. Okay, leave the Mi11X also, no problem. What about the Realme X1 Max? Realme X1 Max also got 360Hz touch sampling rate. But by default, this UI allowed only 240Hz. So at least 240Hz you are getting something more than this phone. But you're paying 30,000 rupees for the OnePlus Nord 2 and getting 120Hz touch sampling rate. I'm not sure how many users will be convinced, but some users, they don't care. Unless if the phone is really fast and smooth, no problem. But some people, they definitely care. That is the reason I thought of just highlighting and mentioning you and bringing the awareness among the people what is happening in the OnePlus Nord 2. At this point, it's not acceptable for this 30,000 rupees. I do know the UI, I do know it's very smooth. You won't feel any lag, nothing at all while gaming. But still, it matters for the long time usage. Just imagine after 2 years, nowadays we are getting 480Hz touch sampling rate in this phone for the same price. A little bit less price as well, 26,500 rupees. 480Hz in 2021. After 2 years, we'll see the phones coming 1000Hz. It will be common. And this 120Hz, how it look on the 2 years, you should imagine. That is what? Future-proof option, each and everything. This phone has got other benefits as well, other good things, but these are the small cost cuttings makes a lot of difficult choice for the people to buy this phone and to be really happy. Anyway, the people who love the OnePlus, they will not notice any kind of difference. For the gamers, if they are coming from the small phones to big phones, maybe they may not be able to notice difference. But if you use Poco F3 GT like me, and if you use OnePlus Nord 2, you will notice a lot of difference. Yes, trust me friends, you will notice. So During my time of using these both phones, I did like the touch sampling rate and smoothness in this phone a lot better. When I'm scrolling and when I'm trying to use day-to-day activities, I did see a lot better in the Poco, not only in this phone, even in other phones, ML9X device or a Realme X1 Max. So that's the one thing which I thought of just addressing to you all. And let me know in the comment section below, will the touch sampling matters to you a lot or not? I do know that day-to-day activities you may not be able to notice, but still, the company should give at least the default 180 Hz instead of giving the 120 Hz. That's a what. So that is what, friends. I'm really pissed off on this one, exactly on the touch sampling rate and cost cutting on this display section especially. And on the top of that, Amazon Prime HD also not supported in this phone. On the top of that, there are other few issues which I'll try to discuss again later on. So thank you for watching this video, friends, and see you in the next video. This is a quick comparison between the touch sampling rate of mid-range segment mobile phones versus 2021 latest flagship mobile phone from the OnePlus. So this is what happens, and see you in the next video, friends. And then stay tuned for more updates. In case if you're looking for this kind of more videos on these phones, let's try to check the playlist. Until then, stay tuned, friends. Bye.